Hello and namaste. My name is Nidhi Nagori and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be talking about work from home opportunities today. Now, this is not for people who are very skilled. If you're looking for a job like, say, for a chartered accountant, MBA, etc., this is not for them. This is for people who are just looking for simple work from home opportunities for which you do not need a lot of skill. So, if you're interested, stick around. All right, so I'm pretty sure the first thing that you've noticed is that the background is a little different. I've done up a part in my basement and I wanted to kind of have a little bit more light, make it a little bit more professional and a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So I hope that this is good enough. Let me know what you think about it in the comment box. Now, if you are following me from Instagram, you know that I've always spoken about work from home opportunities. That's because in this pandemic, I feel like having any source of income, any side source of income is extremely good and it'll come in handy. Now, not just pandemic, I think in general, you should have a second source of income. And even if you don't have a second source of income, you should have an idea about, a second source of income. But what I realized is that a lot of people don't have that. Or there are a lot of people who are not able to work, like for example, our homemakers or students who are waiting on some exams and because of pandemic, it's been delayed, or just people who want to have a side hustle. That's why I started doing a bunch of reels on Instagram. I'm going to be putting the guide right here. So this is the guide that I have on Instagram. Once I started putting the work from home reels, I started getting a lot of questions. How do we go about it? How do we start? What profile should we build? What information should we feed in? Is it safe? Etc. etc. So I decided to start a series in which I will be introducing one work from home option for you. And I'm planning every third or fourth video on my channel to be on this because I really want you guys to be financially secure and I want you to have complete confidence that whatever happens, you will have some source of income to carry you through. On that note, let's start with some basics of work from home. The first thing that you need if you want to work from home is internet. Now, I'm not saying that you need extreme capacity, like you don't need very high speed internet or anything like that, but you do need decent connection, especially when you'll be working, because I want to give you options that can give you good money. These options will require decent internet connection. If you don't have high speed internet, don't worry about that. In the upcoming videos, I'll give you some options that you can consider which can be done on low bandwidth internet. But for majority of my videos, you will be needing decent internet connection. The second thing that you need is a computer. Now, I know that a lot of people have asked me, can you give us options that we can do on phone? Of course, I can give you those options, but those options are limited and they don't pay a lot. If you want to have a side hustle that actually counts, if you want to do work from home where you can actually get money that is worth your time, then I suggest getting a computer. Oh, and if you're wondering what are the benefits of working from home, well, a lot of benefits. One, a lot of flexibility. You can do your hours. You're not limited to 8, 10, or 12 hours. You can choose how much work you want to take up and you get paid according to the work. Second, the options that I'll give you will be non-India based, which means you will be getting paid in dollars or euros. So obviously more money for you. Third, I think for students, homemakers, or just anyone, having some small change on the site always helps because there is nothing like too much money. Now talking about what kind of jobs can you do? Well, there are a variety of jobs from reading to writing to transcription, to you talking, to you recording your voice, to you getting paid for clicking pictures on your phone, to you doing online research, surveys, etc., etc. There are a lot of options and I will be covering each one of them in details. For today's video, I've selected my favorite, by far my favorite and my most successful work from home opportunity. This is also extremely high paying because it pays between $10 to $15 per hour, which means it's about 700 rupees per hour. And a lot of people on my Instagram have already been able to access it. This particular job is called Online Ads Evaluator. And the websites I suggest for this are Lionbridge and Appen. Now, just keep in mind that you should not be working with both of them. These are competitors. And I had read somewhere online that you cannot work for both of them. A lot of people on my IG have actually gone for Lionbridge because they have a simpler process. But if you think Appen works for you, that's fine too. So now what is an online ad evaluator? It is exactly what it sounds like. You will be asked to do some search engine work. So you will basically be asked to go in and type words and then you have to see what kind of ads do you get. Even if you get images, videos, you have to rate those ads and you have to kind of specify if you think that the ad was good enough or it wasn't good enough. And you have to be very honest about your feedback. This will help search engines better their ad process. So companies like Google invest heavily in this because this is their source of revenue, even Facebook for that matter. So indirectly, you will be working for something like Amazon, Google, or Facebook, where you will be doing online search, just basic search to see what kind of ads you get, and then you will be rating those ads. Now, this could also be rating videos or images, but basically you are simply rating the content and trying to improve their quality. If you want to start doing this work, then the link is in my description box. Once you click on the link, here is what you'll see. You'll see that there are 5 steps for it. The first step is register. This is where you have to do your basic registration, where you will be asked for your basic details like your name, education, experience. This information is collected to decide what kind of projects you should be given. Like, for example, if you are somebody who is a PhD student, then you should be given very high level intensive projects, as opposed to someone who is a class 11 or a class 10 student. Then you would be given some very easy projects, like maybe commenting on games, clothes, etc. So go ahead on the step 1, complete your registration. The second step that you see is skill evaluation. This is where they will give you some questions. It takes about 20 minutes. It's a simple test. It's not a huge exam. You don't have to study for it. It's just a very basic test to understand what is your level of expertise and your understanding of things. Like I said, it takes about 20 minutes to complete. So once you have that time in hand, that is when you should go ahead and do this. Of course, try to give your best shot. Now remember that there is no pass mark for it. I have no idea how Lionbridge judges. I know that they have an AI platform in the background, and based on that, they decide whether you are qualified or whether you're not qualified. But most of the people that I've recommended this work from home opportunity to, especially on my Instagram, have been able to get to. In fact, very recently, somebody made $1,500 on it. So it's not a very difficult exam. Also, somewhere in this process, Lionbridge will also ask for your payment details. Now, you can give them your PayPal or you can give them your bank details. A lot of people have asked me if it is safe to share that information. Well, Lionbridge is a huge company, so you don't have to worry about your data by any means. Appen is also huge, so don't worry about that. The problem is if you don't give them your information, how are they going to pay you? Whoever you work for, you have to give them your bank details. Whether you do a job in an office or you do it remote or you do something online. If you are working for someone, you have to give them your bank details. Otherwise, how will they pay you? So go in, key in your banking information. Of course, if you're not comfortable with it, then you can look at PayPal, but I recommend doing either of it. Once you've registered, your profile has been evaluated, you've done the skill test, you've given them all the details that they need. At this point, you will start receiving tasks, which is step number 3. Now, you will be receiving specific projects depending on your expertise. And the step 3 is followed by step number 4, where you will be completing the task. Make sure that the first few tasks you put in a lot more due diligence because you want to do a good job to be able to get projects in future. Once you've learned the system and established a connection with it, I don't think it's that difficult. And all of this is followed by step number 5, payment, receiving your money. That is it. It is a very simple process. Now, if you're wondering what kind of opportunities are available, well, I did a quick search, and if you can see up on the screen, they have a bunch of openings for different languages. So you don't really have to do it only in English. You can do it in Gujarati, Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi, Bengali, Urdu, etc. And of course, it is not restricted for only India. You can do this from anywhere in the world. They have a bunch of openings across the world. So wherever you are living, this is a perfect opportunity to hop onto. That's it for today's video. If you think that this was helpful, or if you think that you will be joining Lionbridge to make those extra bucks, then let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this background once again, and let me know what you think about this work from home series. I promise to see you in the next video. Until then, please make sure you take care of yourself. Stay safe. Namaste.